There is a place on Earth, a place you were never meant to approach. The terrifying part is, this door has been burning for decades. And the most shocking truth, humans are the ones who created it. In the middle of the desert in Turkmenistan, there is a site people call the gateway to the underworld. Endless sand stretches across the Karakum desert. During the day, the heat is unbearable. At night, the cold cuts through your bones. But in the middle of this emptiness, something impossible appears after sunset. A massive crater filled with fire that never stops burning. This place is known as the door to hell, the Darvaza Gas Crater. And this is not a natural phenomenon. In 1971, Soviet scientists were drilling in this area, searching for natural gas. Suddenly, the ground beneath them collapsed, creating a giant hole. Beneath it was a vast pocket of methane gas, highly dangerous if released into the air. To prevent a deadly gas leak, they made a decision. They set it on fire. Their plan was simple: burn off the gas, wait a few days, and it would be gone. But they were wrong. Days passed, then weeks, then months. The fire didn't stop. Years went by, and still it kept burning. Today, more than 50 years later, the flames are still alive. The crater stretches about 70 meters wide and nearly 20 meters deep. Inside, hundreds of flames roar together, lighting up the desert like something from another world. Visitors who have seen it in person often say, from a distance it looks beautiful, but the closer you get, the more terrifying it feels. The heat is intense. The ground is unstable, and the sound of the fire, constant, restless, alive. There have even been accidents from people getting too close. Yet despite the danger, travelers from all over the world still come. Why? Because this place doesn't feel real. It feels like something out of a nightmare or a different world entirely. This is not just fire. It is a consequence, a human decision that combined with nature to create something that refuses to end. And when people stand at the edge of that crater, they all seem to think the same thing. If hell exists, maybe it looks like this. Scientifically, the explanation is simple. Beneath the crater lies a massive reserve of natural gas. As long as gas continues to rise, the fire continues to burn. It is not just a flame. It is a constant reaction fueled from below. But knowing the science doesn't make it any less disturbing, because what you're seeing feels impossible. Even today, the government of Turkmenistan has considered extinguishing the fire. It wastes valuable resources and contributes to environmental damage. But the problem is, no one knows how to safely stop it. Pouring water won't work. Covering it could cause explosions. And so the fire continues, burning, relentless, unstoppable, for over half a century. When you think about it, this place is more than a tourist attraction. It's a reminder of how one decision can leave a mark on the earth for generations. What was meant to be a temporary solution became something permanent, something uncontrollable. Right now, as you watch this, that fire is still burning in the desert. Some call it the entrance to hell. Others call it a mistake. But maybe it's something else entirely. A question burning beneath the surface. Are we really in control of nature? And perhaps that question is the real reason this place is known as the gateway to the underworld. But what makes this place even more unsettling is what happens at night. As the sun disappears beyond the horizon, the desert falls into complete darkness. No city lights, no sounds of civilization, only silence. And then, a glow begins to rise from the ground. At first it looks distant, almost harmless, but as you get closer, that glow turns into a roaring inferno. The flames dance wildly inside the crater, casting shadows that move like living things. The air shimmers from the heat, and the ground beneath your feet feels unstable. Some travelers say it feels like the earth itself is breathing. Others describe it as standing on the edge of something forbidden. And perhaps the most disturbing part is the sound. It's not just fire, it's a deep, constant roar, like a giant engine beneath the surface of the planet. A sound that never stops. A sound that reminds you this place is still alive. There have been explorers who chose to go even further, climbing down into the crater. One of the most well-known was explorer Georges Coronis, who descended into the fiery pit. Wearing a specialized heat-resistant suit, his mission was to collect samples from inside the crater. What he found was surprising. Despite the extreme heat and toxic gases, microbial life was still present. Tiny organisms surviving in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Life inside what many call hell. It changes the way you think about this place. Because it's not just destruction, it's also resilience. Even in fire, life finds a way to exist. But that discovery also raises new questions. If life can survive here, what else could exist in environments we once believed were impossible? Could similar conditions exist on other planets? Some scientists believe places like this may offer clues about life on Mars, or even beyond. But back on Earth, the crater continues to burn, unchanged, unstoppable. Locals who live nearby have grown used to its presence. For them, it's just part of the landscape. But even they keep a respectful distance, because no one truly knows how long it will continue, or what might happen if something suddenly changes. Could the fire grow larger? Could the ground collapse further? Or could it finally go out one day? And if it does, what will be left behind? The silent crater, or something even more dangerous? Standing at the edge of the door to hell, you begin to realize something important. This place isn't just about fear. It's about scale. The scale of nature, the scale of human impact, and how small we really are in comparison to the forces beneath our feet. Because deep underground, far beyond what we can see, there are energies we barely understand. And sometimes, all it takes is one mistake to unleash them. So the next time you hear someone say, humans control the planet, remember this place, a fire that was never meant to last, a decision that could not be undone, and a burning reminder that some doors, once opened, can never be closed.